Alright then. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can y'all hear me? Sup, logical nonsense, Big Kid, Corey, Emirates, motherfuckers early as fuck. Somebody in chat, let me know if y'all can hear me or not, man. I don't wanna run my mouth for a whole 10 minutes just to find out y'all can't hear me and shit. You know what I mean? Let me check on my shit then. Alright, cool. We should be good. Alright, bro. Alright, cool, man. Who called you? I ain't called you that shit. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, man. My bad, bro. I've been gone not because like I don't know, man. I just didn't feel like doing it. And like I had a good reason or nothing. I just didn't have any energy to do it, you feel me? Like I know we have I know we have like topics that came out that should be discussed, but I just didn't have the energy for it, you know? Because I feel like a lot of the topics it just it just seems like it's like, you know what I mean? Like clear and concise what's happening, right? And there's so many. That's why I didn't even put topics in the title. What's up, Lincoln? I didn't put topics in the title because there's just so many, and we'll just get to it when we get to it. You know what I mean? Whichever one pop up in my head, we'll go to the next one. There's just a lot. I've been gone for like 2 fucking months. I mean, y'all still see me on the round table and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been gone, like personally. You know what I mean? Y'all hear me on the round table, but at the same time, round table is I'm only like part one out of six of you know what I'm saying? One part six of it is me. So you barely really hear what I think about shit. You know what I mean? But here's what I say, right? Here's what I say. It's interesting because a lot of the topics I feel like it's a non-issue. I don't even know what motherfuckers are even talking about. Hey, facts, logical nonsense. If I die now and y'all motherfuckers get your PlayStation 5s and y'all plug it in, I'm gonna haunt your ass. I'm gonna haunt the fuck out of you. I'm gonna possess your ass to play on your PS5. Your wife and kids gonna be concerned because they was like, dads don't usually play these type of games. What happened? You know what I mean? That's because I possess your body. Cause I will haunt one of those PlayStation 5s, and when you bring it home and connect it into your crib, I'm gonna fucking possess your ass for at least the whole generation. You know what I mean? Until I get the satisfaction of playing the whole generation of the PS5, then I will relinquish your body and go to wherever I go, which is probably hell, because I've been possessed your ass for 7 years. You know, but well, no, but on some real shit, let's get to something. And this topic, I feel like it's so nonsensical, but it's been on my mind, and the reason why it's been on my mind is because the other day on the round table motherfucker was like so passionate about it, thrash and jack move, you know what I'm saying, and broken, right? I say like one word out of their name, not because like I know them like that. Besides some thrash, but it's just you know what I'm saying. I'm just too lazy to say the whole motherfucking name, but y'all know who I'm talking about if y'all seen Roundtable, right? They was talking about the remaster for Spider-Man PS4, which is remastered for the PS5. Uh, Technically, I'm not even sure if you can get the remaster on PS4. I think you can, right? Right? And in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck do y'all think it should be free? You know what I mean? Like I don't like I still don't understand that shit. Like, but they were so passionate about it that like afterwards I thought I fucked up. I thought I'm the one that's crazy. And I sat back and think to myself, like, am I the crazy one for not expecting that shit to be free? But I didn't expect it to be free. And matter of fact, I don't even demand it to be free. I don't fucking understand why motherfuckers think that shit should be free. You know what I'm saying? It's only on the PS5 matters. Yeah, I don't understand it. And people, I'll be real quick about this shit, Jemiah. It just doesn't make sense for me. You feel me? Like, and I wrestled with it for a couple of days. That's why this shit's so fresh in my mind. I have to figure this shit out, right? Like with anything in life, like it just doesn't sit well with my thought process. And I was hoping I can talk this shit out and maybe make it make sense, right? Because here's how I think when it comes to a goods provider, right, and a consumer, right? When they put out some shit, you buy it and you enjoy it, and that's all there is to it, right? If they come out with a newer version of that shit, if they worked on that shit a little bit more, right? And then they put out a product very similar to the one that you bought, but they put some more time, some more money into it, and now that there's more technology in it, they're able, and in the market space, right? They can create a better version of that game, right? And they're gonna resell it out. If you want that better version, you're just gonna have to cop that shit again, and it's not even at full price. Like that makes all the sense in the world to me. Like I don't like I don't understand it, right? Like who got the remastered for The Last of Us 1 for free when we went to this generation? Didn't we all pay for it? It wasn't the same price. It wasn't $60, I don't think. I don't even remember, but isn't that the case? You feel me? Like, isn't that the case? Like, what am I missing here? Like, where on earth have y'all ever been to any type of business, do any kind of dealings with any business at all, and you buy some shit of theirs, and then expect the next thing that they sell in any format to be like free? When did that happen? How has that ever happened? And so like I asked them, why did y'all expect that shit for free? And they said it's not that they expected that shit, but that's what Sony should do. I'm like, motherfucker, if you telling Sony what they should do, then you expected that shit. What are you talking about? But but if we're talking about what Sony should do, there's a lot of things they should do and they don't do. They should be fucking. You know what? Here's something so tiny and minute, but I bet you it'll like leave a lasting impression on motherfuckers. You know what? The PS5 in the box, it should come with a fucking screwdriver. It should come with like a little cheap fucking aluminum screwdriver strong enough to unscrew that little fucking base, right? And it has like a PS5 or PlayStation logo on it. It doesn't seem like much, right? But that's just nice. It doesn't cost anything at all to have a little ass aluminum screwdriver. Like when you buy furniture, that shit comes with it. You know what I'm saying? But if they come with like a little nice PlayStation design, motherfucker would think it's dope. And that's just looking out for your customer. It doesn't even cost your company that much to add that. See? That's something they could do. Facts, big kid. They should give you online for free. That's what they should do. There's a lot of things they should do, but to give you free shit because you bought some free shit, I mean, bought some shit before, like, doesn't make no sense. Does it? Because I don't understand that shit. I can't wrap it around my head and make it, like, make sense. When have that ever happened? And I'm assuming it's due to the fact that it's such a short window, right? Spider-Man just came out somewhat recently, and PS5 is now coming out with a remastered version, and motherfuckers just feel some type of way about it. And the funniest thing is, Jack Move already bought it. He told me he pre-ordered that shit, and yet he's complaining about it. Me, on the other hand, a motherfucker that will not buy the remastered edition. I thought if you buy Miles Morales, you have to get Miles Morales and the remastered edition. I didn't know you could just get Miles Morales. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just getting Miles Morales. That's what I'm doing because I don't need to play the remastered edition. Like it's when you put the PlayStation 4 disc into the PlayStation 5, it will run it better than the PlayStation 4 could, and I'm good with that. I don't need the remastered edition. I'm not even gonna buy it. You know what I mean? Not even gonna buy the remastered edition. I'm just getting Miles Morales. That's all I'm doing, and I'm fine with that. I'm not over here like expecting the remaster to be for free. I don't think it should be free. Take for instance Devil May Cry, right? Because I see y'all in the chat talking about it. I mean, y'all know I'm a big fan of that shit. I still play Devil May Cry 5, the original 5, right now to this day. And that motherfucker came out, what, 2 years ago, I think? Was it 2 years already? 1.5 years? It's been a minute. That motherfucker came out. You know what I mean? So it's been a minute. I feel you, Myers, and there's no disrespect in that. I understand completely. Me, however, I don't need to. I'm just gonna play the PS4 version of the fucking game on my PS5, and it's gonna be updated on the PS5. The hardware would naturally, upgrade that shit. So I'm good. I don't need the remaster. You feel me? I do not need the remaster edition. I'm just gonna get Miles Morales for $50 and call it a day. I mean, say I'm not a Spidey fan if you want to, which, Spidey's not my favorite fucking Marvel franchise anyways. So technically you could be right, but I just don't give a shit. Like I played the PS4 version of Spider-Man and it was good. It was very good. If I played it, on the PS5 with it, I'm still good with it. I'm very good with it. Like I'm cool. You know what I mean? I don't need the remaster edition. And I don't expect it to be free. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect that shit to be free. I don't expect any remaster to be free. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Because where do you draw the line? Like, all right, say they do that. Say because of a year, you know what I'm saying? Because it's so close, it's within a year of each other, right? Say it's right next to each other, and you feel like that's necessary. All right, cool. Then where do you draw the line? 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. Where do you draw the line at that point? Fucking 6 years from a day that the game released, they released a remastered edition, charge you half the price of it, and motherfuckers gonna bitch, oh, I bought the original version. I should get it for only $10 or some bullshit. Devil May Cry special edition is how much? Like $40 or some shit? Is it 40 or 50? It's not a full 60. I forgot how much it was exactly. Whatever it is, I'm copping it. But I'm saying this. I bought original Devil May Cry 5 day of release. Play it till now, right? Have not went a month without playing at least once or twice, at least, right? Special editions coming out. I'm not getting it for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting it for free. I have to pay for it just like everybody else. And you know what's crazy? The price on Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is cheaper than the original game, and you never have to even buy the original game. So all of me and every motherfucker who bought the original Devil May Cry 5 paid Capcom enough for them to do this shit and do a special edition and charge cheaper, right? Because, if it's $60, I'm gonna have a problem with that in the sense that I bought the original for 60. Now you want me to spend another 60. But 40, 50 is cool. And realistically, even if they do it at 60, I think I'll be fine with it. Because they add a lot of shit. They deserve to get paid for it. And they only charging 40, $50 for it too. I have no issue with that. I'm not even tripping. Like, should I demand to get that shit for free from Capcom? What does it matter whether, Capcom is trying to sell a console and sell, or not? They're not trying to sell a console, but they are trying to sell games, right? And the craziest part is, like, I don't understand why people expect this shit, right? Y'all motherfuckers expect this shit? Like, why? You know what I mean? Telling them they should give it to us for free if we bought the original Spider-Man. I'm like, are you insane? Are you insane? It's almost like they rather it not exist, right? But I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's just weird. I, and you can't get it alone, right? If you get it, you have to get it a bundle. Is that right? Can you get the remastered edition with $20 on its own? Can you just get it? Or is that also like $40 if you don't get it yourself? I mean, if you don't get it bundled. However it works, man. This is where I my mindset works, right? This is all I think. What I think is the relationship you have between the people who sell you the product and you being the person who buy their product is they market a product, and if you like it and you buy it, and if it actually provides you with exactly what it is that they say it would provide to you, then you won. Then that's it. That's the whole thing. That's the transaction. You know what I'm saying? That's the transaction. That's it. There's no more, no less than that. You don't buy their shit. I mean, there is at times they raise a hand out of goodwill for your ass, right? Because it's nice to do that from time to time. But let's not forget it's a business. Even though you're a customer, you're not really a business, but to you, dealing with them is a business transaction. They sell you a product and you use it. And as long as you're satisfied with that product, then their job is done, right? They sell you a console. Console comes with game. Games are good. That's it. Now, not all of them are good. Sometimes you get some shitty ones, but that's just the way the game goes. You know what I mean? If you buy a PlayStation and you bought Spider-Man, you got a decent console and a fun game. Isn't that correct? No more, no less. All of a sudden, a year from now, they're able to work on that game a little bit more because there's more technology in the marketplace, and now you expect that newer version for it to be free, the newer, better version. And I don't really know if that's technically better or not because I don't like the way the new Spider-Man look in the remaster either. I don't. I not that I like the original. I don't like the original one either. I think the original one looked kind of coked out, and the new one looks too young. Mary Jane's gonna look like she's babysitting the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what it is, and it's hard to really say what Spider-Man really looked like. He doesn't fucking exist. It just depends on whoever draws him. There's too many different versions of Spider. They're all good to me. And to be honest with you, I feel like the second one technically looks better. It does. Like the remaster version, he looks more human than the first one. I don't like neither of the designs, to be real with you, but the second one does look more technically accurate to what a human would look like. Like he has like more detail in him. Not that I'm saying the original actor didn't look like that. You know what I mean? They didn't capture Spider-Man or um, Mary Jane that well in the first game. To tell you the truth. And I'm usually not that type of dude to be like, dude, she's supposed to be like half naked. And no, I'm not saying that shit. What I'm saying is she's supposed to be bad as fuck. That's a very important trait of Mary Jane. Like, call me sexist as much as you want, but Mary Jane's supposed to be one of the baddest bitch in fucking Marvel. You know what I mean? Like one that doesn't have powers or nothing. Because if you have a power, you super sexy in the Marvel universe. I have not seen one chick that looks awful, that looks like a six. You know what I'm saying? Even in the Marvel Comics universe. But as like a regular mortal, Mary Jane's supposed to be like super bad, and I just don't see it, right? And I'm not saying like ridiculous, like unattainable shit. She could still look human and normal enough, right? But she gotta be bad, bro. Like she gotta be bad, and that one wasn't it. And Peter Parker is a nerd. That's just what he is. So if you make him look goofy, that's also fine. You don't have to make him like super good looking dude or whatever, right? He's supposed to look like a nerd because he is one. You know what I mean? It's all good. I think they botch both of their fucking the way they look. Miles is okay, but of course, in Miles Morales, his game, he looks fucking much better. You know what I'm saying, with the fade and all that. But let's move away from that, right? Because that's all I was saying. Because I thought I was crazy for a second because they were so passionate about it. I thought they was like, am I fucked up for thinking that's just how it works? You buy some shit. You know what I'm saying? You buy some shit, you use it as long as that you enjoy that product, as long as that product kept to the promise of the PR and marketing of it, then you're good to go, right? That's all it is. The business transaction is complete. Because a lot of times you don't get a fucking um the product that you want or that was promised or that was fucking marketed, right? Let's say Spider-Man PS4 ran like shit. Then I can actually understand. Then I can at least understand when the remastered edition come out. Motherfuckers like, look, we expect this shit for free, son, because we bought the original and it ran like. I mean, at least there's an argument there. Whether you can justify it or not, there's an argument there. You know what I mean? And I would be in a way kind of be with you if like PS4 Spider-Man ran like shit, right? If it ran like you know what I mean, frames were super choppy and there was glitches and bugs and shit, and they never patched it well enough to fix it, and then they came out with remaster. I feel like everybody deserved that. Everybody that bought the original game deserved the free one because you fucked up the original product. But the original product was good. Yeah, upgrades and remaster. I'm sure they know. I'm sure they know. But I do agree with this though. I do agree with what Thrash said at the end that it wasn't even necessary. You didn't even have to remaster Spider-Man or make Miles Morales the way that you made it. What I mean is you never should have even had a PS4 version at all. Like let's stick to the original game plan of going from generation to generation, right? And if there is like the jump like that, like you know, doing remasters. That's fine. Just don't like. There's no reason to remaster. Like the remastered version should only work with PS5, right? So stick to either doing Miles Morales or the remaster for PS5 only, and just leave PS4 alone. And here's why I said that, right? I know like there's huge teams working on this, and they could split it apart, and a group of people working on remastering Spider-Man PS4, and the other groups building Miles Morales, right? For both PlayStation 5 and PS4, and then you have to also make sure those teams are working in tandem. Now, all those projects at the same time you can't tell me it hurts Miles Morales at all. Now I'm not saying that it doesn't look good because it looks good. I'm a cop it, right? But if you only had all of fucking Insomniac putting their all into Miles Morales, that shit would be so much better. Same way with Horizon. I mean, I still have an issue with that. I know I haven't really been able to like discuss it because I haven't been around fucking 2 months to discuss it. But I'm not a fan of that shit, man. I'm not a fan of the fact that these are cross-gen games that doesn't need to be cross-gen games. You know what I'm saying? Like Horizon, like was it Forbidden West should be just PS5 alone. The reason why is because, well, you can't tell me to go to a next gen. And people are telling me this, right? Sick and them, they was like, well, what if the PS5 version plays different than the PS4 version. As in, there's certain things you could do in the PS5 that you can't do on the PS4. For instance, ride the Stormbird because that was the issue with the PS4, right? Well, here's my issue with that, which means you're telling me that you literally have to split into two teams or do it in a sense where you build the game normally and then have another team separate work on the PS5 version more to put those kind of things in. And at the same time, that seems like kind of ridiculous. That means the storm, like riding a Stormburst or any other, you know, new interesting way you could play Horizon is is not gonna matter. You know why it wouldn't matter? Because if you can't do it on the PS4, then you couldn't do it at all, which means it's not related to the story, right? Because if it's related to the story, then your ass can't do it on the PS4, then you're fucked. So I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I don't think they're just gonna add flying a Stormbird for traversal's sake, right? And it'll be real fucked up that you can fly a Stormbird in the PS5 version, and then there's cutscenes of you flying one in the PS4 version. You just see the cutscenes. You never actually get to fly one yourself. That'd be real fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? What's up, Cyber Dragon? You feel me? Like it's just I'm buying a PS5 for a reason. PS4 was great. I had a great time, but it's over now. I know it's concerning to them, and I can't really fault them on the business end because there is over 110 million fucking PS4 out in the wild. It's hard to let that go. You feel me? It is. It's hard to let that go, but at the same time, if you don't let old things go, new things won't come. You feel me? That's just the way the game goes. And they've been out here talking about they expect PS5 to be selling way harder than PS4 did back in the day. And I'm like, word, by doing this. You know what I'm saying? By doing this. Because if you think about it, when PS4 came out, there was damn near no way they could make cross-gen games because the going from PS3 to PS4 is completely different infrastructures. You know what I mean? PS3 was such a mess for on all kinds of levels. Not because it's a poorly built; it was built too well, and motherfuckers wasn't able to utilize it as well as they wanted to. All right. So I went to a PS4. It's easy to fucking create on, but you only see remasters, and they charge for all of them. Anyway, man, I'm good with that subject. I just want to talk it out, like to see if I'm crazy or not. But I'm not crazy. I feel like I'm right about this whole thing about Spider-Man remastered being free. I think that shit's ridiculous, right? What I want to talk about too is besides from the fact that motherfucking cross-gen games, which I'm not cool with. I'll have to see. I mean, clearly PS5 versions look better, run better, and yada yada yada. But I've never been that much of a graphic whore. If I was, I would have gotten the fucking remaster for Spider-Man. But I just didn't care. I played that game already, and it was good. You know what I mean? I don't need all that. But the thing is, cross-gen games, if it carries on for more than a fucking year, is a problem. And we've already have announcements for God of War, and they haven't announced yet on whether it is cross-gen or not, which I'm assuming it's not until they say otherwise. But if it is, fuck am I buying a PS5 for? You know what I mean? I understand better gameplay and all that. And y'all, if y'all was here when I was talking about what I expect from next gen, right? What I hope and what I expect from next gen, and they deliver on that. Crazily enough, they actually delivered on it. They delivered on, you know, 60 frames being somewhat the norm, right? Somewhat the norm. Not fully. You'll see some 30 frames still, but 60 frames, right? 4K, right? And it's good. And ray tracing is like that sprinkle on top for me. I never asked for it. I didn't even know it existed. You feel me? I didn't ask for it, but I got it, and it's cool. It's cool. It's cool that I got it, but it wasn't what I was hoping for. It just some extra shit. But I was looking for solid 60 frames, at least, solid 60 frames, 1440p or 4K, right? And it seems like that's where, the median is going to be hitting a lot. 60 frames, 4K or 1440p, and that's solid with me. I'm good. That's what I was hoping for when next gen was coming out. So I'm good right there. And then you throw in some ray tracing, and that's dope. What I'm more concerned about is just the gameplay. You know what I'm saying? How do you play games in the next generation? Is still going to be the same shit we do in this generation? Is there more things I could do next generation that I can't do right now with the DualSense? By the way, the DualSense is dope with all the functionalities. I know motherfuckers make memes like it's weird, but like, come on, bro, that's a next generation controller. You know what I mean? I just don't like that. I'm just concerned about that shit. You can't tell me Miles Morales wouldn't be way better if it was not cross gen. If it's just utilizing PS4. I mean PS5. Facts, Jemiah. I mean, come on, bro. Like, look, Jemiah. Look. It's not that I'm saying cross-gen games are terrible. What I'm saying is I don't want to buy a PS5 when realistically I might not have to. You feel me? Because the the reason why you buy next generation games is to experience things that you can't experience on this generation. And it's different for everybody. I know some of y'all really care about graphical fidelities and all that kind of shit. And I mean, I care for it only to a certain extent. You know what I mean? I'm more concerned about gameplay and narratives of the game and all that kind of other shit. The actual game itself. You know what I mean? The technology behind it is just as long as it run it decently enough, I'm cool with it. I don't expect that much from it. You know what I mean? I mean that might be true, Jemiah, but you can also say benchmarks, like the lowest benchmark of a game is what's holding back multiplayer games, because it also has to run on the weaker end PCs too, bruh. You act like every motherfucking PC dude out there is like you and sick and them like with fucking beast rigs and shit, bruh. Most motherfuckers who cap for PC don't have rigs worth capping for. You feel me? There will be plenty of motherfuckers talking about, oh, PC can run it up to 8K, 120, you know what I mean? All that bullshit. And like, can yours do it though? And most of them be like, I mean, I didn't say mine could, you know what I mean? I'm just saying PC's capable of all that. Like, well, fuck, what's capable of? What are you playing on? Like, you know what I mean? It's like motherfucker like in this generation that's about to be over. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers that has a Xbox S or some shit. You know what I mean? Like a slim, the original model or whatever. Talking about, oh, well, the Scorpio is a lot stronger than the PS4 Pro. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't have a Scorpio. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that shit, bruh. I don't understand that shit. Well, I mean, you're the one that brought it up, though, Jemiah. You said consoles is what holding back multiplayer games, and now you're saying how games run on PC is not the same as consoles, bro. Like, I mean, then let's be honest though, Jemiah. Like, real shit though. Like, technically you're right, but technically you're wrong because without console, a lot of these games that you get on a PC wouldn't even exist. A lot of games are made for consoles first. You know what I'm saying? Then it goes to PC. And that hasn't really changed, bro. That's just the reality of the situation. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's get to some other shit that I know better than fucking graphics and all that other shit. All I'm saying is I feel like the gameplay of these games will get held back due to PS4. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. If there's technically things you could do as far as gameplay that you could do on a PS5, you can't do it on a cross-gen game because you have to be able to do it on a PS4. And if it can't, then it can't. You feel me? But let's get to something else. Let's head to Xbox and ZeniMax. More importantly, Bethesda, right? Which one of y'all like how many of y'all like Bethesda games? Be honest, cause y'all know me, man. How many times have I talked about a Bethesda game like that? Probably never, right? You never really heard me say Bethesda this, Bethesda that, where it's like, I love this game, I hate this game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just whatever about Bethesda, right? There is a couple of games that they have that I like, and and that's all I mean, just like. You feel me? Just like. I don't love them. They just decent, good games. Like Evil Within. Evil Within is like Resident Evil's less attractive looking cousin. You know what I'm saying? It's how I feel about Resident Evil. I mean, Evil Within. Evil Within is solid. It's a solid game. The first one was janky as fuck though. Second was pretty good, kind of like open world style ish. It's decent. What's up, JKS, bro? You know what I mean? Decent, solid game, decent enough fucking story and all that stuff. Everything about it is pretty good. So I like Evil Within. I like Dishonor. What else they got? What else? Like y'all can name shit. Let me look up what Bethesda have, and I can tell y'all. And here's the reason why I'm even talking about this, right? The reason why I'm talking about this is it's really interesting to see the narrative change, you know, because it puts certain people in a hard spot. You go for a whole fucking generation saying exclusives anti-consumer, and now you figuratively the company you cap for just hit a motherload worth of IPs. Now what do you do? Now what do you do? Facts, Jemaya. I mean, uh, we all can admit, right? I mean, even if you cap for Bethesda, even if you love Bethesda, right? We all have to admit most of their game be buggy and fucking bullshitting. Like a lot of their game buggy. That's why the first fucking Evil Within is fucking crazy buggy. You know what I mean? Their game is so buggy you come to expect them. You talk to anyone who played Bethesda game and they say they expect bugs. You know, until they come out and tell you they gonna have spectacular bugs, right? You know what? You know what's really crazy? I can't sing praises for fucking Ghost of Tsushima enough, man. Cause Legends is fucking fire, bruh. It's free. Like as long as and you know what? Technically, it's not free. You have to buy Ghost of Tsushima. It's basically like the multiplayer version. You know, the multiplayer add-on to it, which basically that's what it is. It's you can't even say it's free. It just comes with the game that you bought originally. They could have charged for it. They could have charged like $10, $5 or some shit. Motherfuckers would have copped it. It's worth that at least. To be really real with you, it's worth that at least. But Ghost Legends is so fucking good, bruh. So fucking good. And it's free. And you know what's crazy? They didn't even have to do it, but they did it better than a lot of people who have multiplayer focused games. No, Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer shit on so many games that are just multiplayer. You feel me? Co-op is better. Like you can like hop into a game just a map full of randoms you don't know, just three motherfuckers you don't know, and somehow y'all can still gel enough to figure shit out. Like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Ghost is so fucking good. I mean, besides from little, very minute bugs here and there, it runs like a dream on release. That shit's crazy. How many fucking multiplayer only games y'all know that could do that shit, could say that shit and not be like, you know what I'm saying? Our game came out day one, no issue. It just works, like Todd Howard say. You know what I mean? So here's the thing, man. Myself personally, there's a couple of games, Doom and Wolfenstein 2, of course, big kid, and I'm not really a Doom fan like that. I like Wolfenstein, but I don't know either. Like Wolfenstein, once you get like midway through the game, it's kind of like just it's gets kind of boring because you're just so used to it. You know what I mean? Just so used to fucking shoot and like blow shit up, and it's like Michael Bay movies. Like after you sit through like you can't sit through like three Michael Bay movies. You can't sit through that much explosion and still give a fuck. By like this half midway point of the second movie, you're gonna be like, God damn, I don't even know what the fuck's going on no more. You know what I mean? Like I'm just shooting just to be shooting. Like, and I don't know. But Wolfenstein I like more than Doom. But yeah, I think the Bethesda games that I do like are all these one-offs that isn't really what Bethesda's known for. You know what I'm saying? Like all their shit, Fallout and all this other shit that they're known for. Like I don't know, I never got into those type of games, right? But do y'all really think that they would either? What do y'all think, man? Are they gonna be third party with it, or are they gonna make it exclusive? I'm kind of curious to know about that as well. Either way, I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. The only thing I give a fuck really from them is, a couple of games, and I can live without. So, like, I'm not copping a fucking Xbox just for fucking Bethesda games because, I mean, it's whatever. But that's my opinion. I'm sure there's a lot of people who love Bethesda, and if it's fucking exclusive to Xbox, you'll see people. It'll move some Xbox. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me that, if Xbox made like Bethesda games exclusive to an Xbox, right? Or at least Xbox and PC, it won't move some units. You damn right it would. There's some big Bethesda fans out there. I'm not one of them, but I'm sure there is. I mean, there's no way a company riddled with issues like this, you know what I'm saying? Riddled with issues within their games can survive this long without a strong enough fan base to buy the shit that they put out. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, but it's still got to move some units, right? Say you don't have a PC, right? But you like Bethesda games. You play on a console. You would need to buy an Xbox. Like when this generation hit, you would need to buy an Xbox to play some Bethesda shit. What's up, Fatal Sharad? You feel me? Like I would employ fucking Xbox to make it exclusive, just to make their brand, like just to make it worth it for some people, right? It won't be for me personally because I don't give a fuck about Bethesda shit strong enough to buy a whole fucking unit for it. You know what I mean? I can live without that, and I'm fine with that, right? And if like another Evil Within come out, like I don't know, I might get like a cheap Xbox or get like a decent PC that can run it and play it. Maybe, you know what I mean? It's possible. You see that it's almost enough to sway me to do something Xbox if it's exclusive. Almost, right? I gotta see how it goes. Like I gotta see if Evil Within, 3 is good or not. You know what I'm saying? I might just wing it. I might just do it. Now, do I think they're gonna be third party with it? I think so. With everything discussed, man, I feel like everything they got sooner or later will be third party. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of facts, though, Jemiah. Why buy an Xbox when you can get a Fire Stick? That's kind of facts. I ain't going front. But you feel me? But you feel me though? Like I don't know, man. I don't really care much about Bethesda to give a fuck about their games like that to buy a whole system for that shit. You know what I mean? But if Bethesda can pump out some decent games, like, and it's exclusive, I might just look that way. You know, drop a new Wolfenstein that I won't get bored halfway through. At least I hope so. You know what I mean? Drop a new Dishonor, a new Evil Within. There's not that many Bethesda games that I give a fuck about. Right? But if they could drop a couple of those that's solid, I might, figure out some kind of way to play that shit, right? Whether I have to buy an Xbox, get a decent PC, or whatever the case is, I'll do it. I just don't see it though. The second Evil Within was a pretty good game. It was solid, right? Like a fucking, I'm saying it's like a Resident Evil fucking less attractive cousin, bro. Like that's the best way I know how to describe that shit. So, but at the same time though, what are we celebrating here? You know what I mean? For Xbox dudes, like I don't really get on people because y'all know me. Like I don't really give a shit what you play or even why you play it. I just give a fuck that you are playing it. You know what I mean? I hate motherfuckers that cap for shit for no goddamn reason. I don't even know why they do it. Motherfucker talk about games they haven't played for whatever reason. You know what I mean? I'm not even sure if they're just trolling or they really mean that shit or like this console war really matters to them or some shit. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know what possesses a man to play 30 minutes of Hellblade and then run his mouth about it like he knows anything about Hellblade. At a table full of motherfuckers who all have played Hellblade from beginning to end. Like I don't understand that shit. I don't understand that shit. Like I don't do that because it's weird. Like who the fuck does that? Who the fuck like cap for a game they haven't even played or not even excited about? You know what I mean? I'm out here capping for Wukong right now. Black Myth is gonna be that shit. You know what I'm saying? Black Myth Wukong is gonna be that shit. I'm trying to tell you, man, the most OP motherfucking character in all of fiction. This motherfucker is like, is he like the most OP in all of fiction? He probably is, bro. Like I think Wukong is probably like the most OP in all of fiction. He literally cannot die. Like period. Even gods die in his universe, but he doesn't. It's almost impossible to kill him. I don't know what can kill him really. I don't think there is anything to kill Wukong. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, big kid. I'm not doing that shit. I mean, but you know, the reason why I brought that up too is when the news broke out that PlayStation, that Xbox bought fucking, yeah, facts, Jemiah, more OP than Jesus because Jesus have to die on a cross. Wukong, if you cut his head off, he'll just be standing there with his head off, like it don't mean nothing. He literally can make perfect replicas of himself by pulling out of his hair and blowing on it. Do you understand? Now that instead of just having one Wukong, you have an army of Wukong that all have the same fucking abilities. Do you know how crazy this creature is? Like Wukong is like it's within the Asian myth, dude. Like he's probably the most OP, and even if you compare him to other gods, like he's probably up there as one of the most OP shit. You know what I'm saying? In all of fiction, bro. He's insane. He's insanely powerful, bro. He has one weakness, but that weakness is so specific that it's like no one else will be able to do. Well, most people. Like that's what I'm saying. There is a chance he can be defeated, not killed, but defeated. Right? And I think Buddha, like, is it? Yeah, Lady Buddha cursed him and put a golden ring around his head. That's why sometimes y'all see like drawings and shit of him with a golden ring around his head. If you are a person of pure heart, right, and you know Buddhist scripture and you recite a certain scripture that would make that golden ring tighten around his head and fuck him up. It won't kill him. It'll just fuck him up. Jemiah, this dude kills gods on a daily basis, bruh. It takes a being that knows existence beyond existence to stop him. Not to kill him, but to stop him. Do you understand? Like, as in existence beyond our existence. Like Jesus himself is still within our existence if he's real, of course. You know what I mean? The layers of this motherfucking character is insane. He can exist in different realities and shit. Like it's just fucking stupid what he's able to do, bro. But anyways, right? Anyways, I got on a tangent on Wukong and shit. But yeah, man, like I said, Bethesda games, there's a couple of them that's cool, but that's not gonna make people like go from PlayStation to an Xbox. It might entice some people to get an Xbox, but it's not gonna tear someone away from a PlayStation. And it doesn't really do anything for PC gamers because they get that off rip already. Damn, I lost my train of thought, man. What was I was say? Oh yeah, I was like, why do motherfuckers as soon like this console war shit really is important to motherfuckers, dog. It is. I know, like sometimes I always feel like it's just like a tucked in like in a little corner of the internet where motherfuckers like fight over console shit. But no, this shit is a lot bigger than you would think. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't just random fanboys that were saying, well, PlayStation gotta like, answer with something, and you see like articles and all kinds of shit everywhere, right? About how, this crazy acquisition that happened, and PlayStation need to like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? PlayStation need to do something to combat that. Really though? To answer to fucking buying Bethesda? You know what I'm saying? Because of Bethesda, like PlayStation gotta like answer with something. No, it's like just for bragging rights. Cause what are they gonna do? Like go out? Let's say they go out and buy someone crazy. Like I don't know, From Software, Warner Brothers, Capcom, whatever the fuck, right? The AT&T shit, that deal, that PlayStation that didn't go through for whatever reason, they decided to keep that shit. What if like PlayStation came out and copped that shit? What would that matter? Yes, Fatal, I've mentioned that already. But let's be real here. When we hear ZeniMax, all we give a fuck about is Bethesda if you're gaming. And HTC Vive and all that. Yes, yes, we know. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I, it's not gonna move a motherfucker. I don't think, because I mean I like some Bethesda games, but it's not enough, right? But I don't see why motherfuckers feel like it's necessary for them to tell Sony to be like, you gotta answer, you better answer with something. Like what, motherfucker? I don't know. Like I genuinely don't understand. Like for instance, when someone says stuff like, I love first single player games, but I've never played on PlayStation. And I'm like, where the fuck have you been? Have you been on Nintendo? Is that what it is? And that might be okay, but Nintendo also realistically have a whole bunch of family games, you know what I'm saying? Party games and whatnot. Like, and me, I don't really give a fuck about not naming names and shit. Like Muscle Bound Gamer, right? I don't know why I don't buy his story. This motherfucker said he loves single player games, but he's always been on an Xbox, never a PlayStation. And I'm like, I don't really watch him like that. I watched a couple of his videos when he was talking about it, and I just don't buy it. No shots given. I don't give a fuck about all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying people who say that kind of stuff, I just don't buy it. Where the fuck have you been? You know what I'm saying? Have you not seen advertising for the first person, like, I mean, single player game on the PlayStation that's exclusive to a PlayStation? Right? I don't get it. Like, the fuck are you talking about? How do you not know about it? I don't believe that for a second, but that's some console war shit, man. And it's weird because PS5 is coming, right? And like I mentioned to y'all, I'm satisfied as far as the tech is concerned. I don't know well enough, but I don't know the tech behind it well enough. Like I didn't even know about ray tracing until like a year or two ago when motherfuckers started talking about it. I'm not a tech expert by any means, right? But from what the stats and information they've been giving us about the PS5, I am sold. Right? Games are should be 60 frames on a very normal basis. There should be some games that are not, right? There might be some games that are 30, and there might be some games that will hit 120 even, right? But 60 looks like it's solid. Somewhere between 1440p to 64K with some ray tracing sprinkled in here and there. That's solid, man. That's all I needed. I've been telling y'all that's all I needed. So I'm good there, right? Here's what I'm curious about, right? I've been seeing this a lot, and every time I bring it up, it just seems like it's never the right time to bring it up. But since it's just me by myself here, I can just speak my mind on this shit. But motherfuckers who see like third-party games running like atrocious on the Xbox Series, right? And this is just facts, all right? I'm not making this shit up. Y'all been around here, y'all seen what's up, right? I'm not saying it looks atrocious on Xbox just to be cute about this thing. Look, it's true, right? Am I wrong or any of that? Have all the information we've seen about it looking rough, right? Dirt and all this other shit, right? And here's the thing. I'm not saying that I know for sure that the PlayStation 4 version will look better. I'm not saying that, all right? Because I don't know. I don't know yet. You know what I mean? And I'll probably never really know for real, because I probably won't own a Series X. I probably won't. The chances of me owning one is very low, unless they make Bethesda games fucking exclusive to the Xbox and make sure that those games are dope as fuck coming out. Then I might have one for that, but probably not, right? So I probably won't know for sure by my own eyes or not, but just from other people being able to break it down, I'm sure we'll figure it out, right? But all these third party games that doesn't look, the most impressive, or hell, some of them looks fucking, like I said, atrocious, right? I mean, you know how it is out in these streets, Fatal. Shit's just wild. Motherfuckers will turn on a dime, bruh. Just off of some new information, motherfuckers will turn on a dime. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what ray tracing is for a year and a half. The first time I heard it, I didn't even know what it was. And now that I do kind of know what it does, like it actually draw the lines of light that should be piercing, so it give off a more realistic. That's correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I understand it. Like it basically traced the rays of light that's pushing from certain directions, so it will actually look like rays of sunlight. And of course reflections will be a lot more accurate because they can trace the fucking reflection of the image towards the fucking reflection itself, right? That I'm assuming that's how what ray tracing is. What's up, Titanfall? Right? And I know about it and it's cool, right? But that's what I'm saying. So we seen all these shitty ass fucking third party games on an Xbox Series X. And then what do we hear after that? Well, if it runs this shitty on a Series X, it will run worse on a PS5. And like I said, I don't know if the PS5 version will run it worse or better. But here's what I want to ask. Why do people think that? What have given them the notion that a PS5 will run these games worse, right? Not even the same. Not even the same. Worse, right? Off the bat. How? How do you know that? Because it's more powerful. Because it's more powerful on paper. Is that what it is? There's the reason why people say on paper, right? Every fucking prototype is on paper. Like, you know what I mean? You understand the idea of caveating something with on paper? It means on paper. Like, all right, for instance, check this out. On paper, a Viper with a fucked up transmission on paper is still stronger than a fucking Honda Accord on paper because it still has an engine that push out way more horsepower than a Honda Accord, right? It's just the engine, it's just the transmission be slipping. You know what I mean? Transmission be slipping. That's all. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Bro, like, you gotta be like trolling me, bro. Jemiah, bro, like, come on, bro. Come on, listen, listen. All right, you know me. I'm not a tech dude, right, at all. But here's what I will say: I can only see what's in front of me, and thus far, Xbox first and third party has looked terrible on an Xbox. It's either looking decent to terrible. None of them have looked decent to amazing. Can we agree on that? Like, I'm just being real. Like, on the flip side, every third party game and every first party game Sony showed off looks amazing, except for Bucks Next. But Bucks Next looks the way it's supposed to look. I'm not fucking with it. I know some of y'all with kids and shit is probably gonna fuck with it. Sick has a problem, he's gonna fuck with it, but I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't I don't have no reason to fucking cop that game. I have nowhere interested in copping Bugsnax. But you count Bugsnax you want. It looks goofy as fuck, right? But besides from Bugsnax, what game looks bad on a PlayStation 5, whether it's first party or third party? Because I could tell you right now, I can list games that looks bad on the Xbox Series X, first party and third party. But somehow you have the notion that just because on paper this thing is supposed to be more powerful, that every third party games will run better on it. Why would you think that? What gave you the notion that that's how it's going down? You know what I mean? Let's be real. And I'm not, y'all know me. I always profess that I don't know enough about tech to be talking about tech shit, right? I'm a layman when it comes to tech. I'm cool with that. Like, I don't feel no inferiority talking to motherfuckers for whatever reason, because we're talking about fucking video games, not fucking rocket science. All right, you cool it with your tech talk and shit. What fucking game have you played lately? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, in the realm of gaming, like, you don't need to be a tech expert to be able to speak about gaming. That's not where you need to be. I mean, of course, you can carve out a niche of talking about the tech behind the games. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to basically get basic understanding of what's going on behind a game or behind the gaming culture and industry itself. Like, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm no tech expert by any means. I am not a mechanic. Right? I don't have no fucking insiders and whatnot. And that way, y'all would never catch me slipping, right? Y'all would never get to throw me L's like that unless I make predictions that don't come true, which does happen, you know? And it's whatever, right? It's whatever, you know what I mean? Sometimes, sometimes when we can make predictions, it's not close at all to what I thought it was gonna be, but it is what it is, right? But judging from what we've seen so far, what if no one knew the fucking specs on paper? Who would have thunk Xbox, right? I haven't used that phrase in so long. Who would have thunk that fucking Xbox is the more powerful system? No, Wukong is in a lot of shit, man. I'm surprised that not more people know of him. He's probably the biggest, like, the as far as the characters. Him and Guan Yu is probably the most famous things that came out of China. And technically, really though, they didn't even come out of China because during that time China didn't exist yet. But it's whatever. You know what I mean? Technically, a part of Vietnam was China back in the day too. But whatever, like that's not even what we're here to discuss at all. I mean, Goku is like, designed after Wukong, but Wukong would beat the brakes off of Goku. At Goku's most powerful form, he would still beat the brakes off of Goku, fam. Did you know that power pole that he's holding is used to fucking level the oceans? You know what I mean? To keep the ocean steady, and ever since this motherfucker took it away from where it's supposed to be, there's fucking hurricanes and fucking giant tsunamis and shit. So Florida blame Wukong for all your fucked up weather in the fucking spring and fall. That's Wukong's fault for taking the fucking power pole out of the ocean. Y'all gonna keep sidetracking me with Wukong shit, man. You a lie. Against Wukong, he's definitely losing. There's a good, you know what's crazy though? There's a good chance that Batman would defeat Wukong. Not kill him, because first of all, Batman doesn't kill, and secondly, you know, because if Wukong exists in the in the DC universe, then Batman must have read his myth. You know what I mean? Batman must have read Journey to the West and know that the one weakness Wukong has, and because he's fucking Batman, he can learn those scriptures because he been to Nanda Parbat, and those monks there could probably know that fucking tale and teach it to him. Y'all want to like see how nerdy I was, like how geeky I am? Like we getting that level geeky? Yeah, right? If Wukong existed in the DC universe, which means his stories was written about him, you know what I mean? The only way that Batman wouldn't be able to beat him is if Wukong exists in his universe. However, no myth or legends was told of Wukong, so no one even knew of him. And because no one knew of him, no one knew his weakness, except for Buddha himself, of course. Well, Buddha himself and the monk that is his master, right? Would know that shit. But besides from those two beings, right, no one could fuck with him. Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I used to think that's the sickest shit. The like the phoenix feathers on his head, like the two phoenix feathers on his armor. Fuck, I don't even know what that thing is. That thing is used to tie up Asian dude's hair back in the day, because that much, and we grow that shit out, right? But I don't really know what it's called. I guess you could call it a helmet, but it's not. It's more like a headpiece, I guess, with the phoenix feathers coming out. But yeah, man. Anyways, I keep getting off topic with this Wukong shit. But yeah, man, I don't understand why people feel like just because on paper PlayStation doesn't seem like it has the same amount of power in GPU as a Xbox, that they think it would run games worse. Like I told you, a fucking Dodge Viper should be on paper more powerful than a Honda Accord, even if it have a slipping transmission. Even on paper, because it still has that engine that has all that power. Well, Honda Accord has like what, I don't know, like 200 horsepower, to maybe three at the most. Depends on the version of them, but I'm assuming nowadays. I haven't fucked with Hondas in a long time. I don't know what they up to. You know what I mean? But a Honda Accord nowadays is like what, 240 something, 260 something horsepower probably. But everything works. But everything works just fine on it. Do you think if it is on a track, right, with a fucking Viper that has fucked up transmission, do you think could outdo a fucking Viper? Probably, right? Probably. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know the facts for real yet, because we need to see comparison. We need to see PlayStation 5 and Xbox running the same games on the same modes, right? We have to compare an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation playing the same goddamn game, right? Like Dirt 5 or some shit, because Dirt 5 looks terrible on 120 frames on an Xbox, which is expected. It's fucking 120 frames, but it didn't look that great at 60 either, right? So the only way it would work if Digital Foundry did what they used to do, and they fucking split that shit up and actually fucking pixel count and all that shit between the two and run it and see what frames the two runs and all that to be able to know, right? In my mind, and maybe I'm a pony, but I feel like PlayStation will kind of run it better because it's just the better, more efficient system. Remember, I'm no tech expert. I'm no tech expert. That's just the feel that I have, and maybe because I am a pony, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fucking Pegasus out in this motherfucker, right? No, no, no. You know what? You know what? Speaking of Wukong, I think I know exactly what I am. Y'all, when y'all watch Black Myth, y'all see the part where he was flying on the Nimbus on that cloud, and then a giant white dragon flew out of a fucking lake up to where he was at. I am that dragon, because that dragon transformed into a horse. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker is a dragon that transformed into a horse, cuz that's me right there. It's a white dragon transforming into a horse so a fucking monk can ride him. That's me. I don't even know what to call that. I'm a dragon in horse skin, I guess. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? But that's just the way I feel about it, right? That's just how I feel about that shit. It just seems like the PlayStation is just a more efficient system. It is just a more efficient system. And that's just how I feel. Like it seems like all their first party games run amazing, but their first party devs are incredible. So we can let that slide, right? We don't even have to count them because they're on right now they're on such a pedestal, and not just because I'm a pony, but it's facts. All right. Let's keep it real. Like I don't know what motherfuckers saying, but first party games that come out of Sony this generation has mostly hit. There's been a few, but I wouldn't even call them misses. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even call them misses. There's been a few that wasn't on point, but they wasn't really misses either, right? So their first party is too good to even like discredit. So we can talk about third party. Every third party everything third party looks very good on it, right? Thus far, right now, the best looking game on Xbox, I would say it's the medium. I don't know if y'all agree with that, but I feel like that's the best looking game on there right now that they've shown, right? First party or third party. Yeah, man. Like, is that all? Like, I feel like there's so much more. I'm pretty sure that. I mean, I've been gone for 2 motherfucking months. There's got to be so much more. I just can't think. Like, what else y'all got? Oh, the PlayStation 5 being huge. I mean, I guess if y'all consider that like so big that y'all don't know where to put. I mean, I got plenty of space. I don't know, and it has a base, which I mean, I don't. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't really care if it has a base and no base, and I have to. Because the thing is, like, it's not like every week I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna stand that motherfucker up. And then the next week I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lay that motherfucker down. No, it's probably either gonna lay still or stand up the whole time. I'm probably never gonna change. Rarely wherever I ever, you know what I'm saying, change the way I have it. It's either gonna be standing or laying down. It's probably gonna be standing the whole fucking time. 4K UIs. Give a fuck about UIs, bro. I'm just like, I've never given a fuck about it. The thing is, the UI is there as long as it's functional. I don't really give a shit. I don't really give a shit if it's not 4K. But I know the is it? I think PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 UI is 4K. And I don't really give a fuck that the Xbox version isn't. It's a UI. As long as the game is, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? It's not that I don't have my preferences. I do. It's just at the same time, just because I like one thing doesn't mean I have to diss the other thing, right? I only diss the other thing because it's doing shit that I don't like. Therefore, I diss it. It's not to piss anyone off either. Like, I haven't seen goofy ass motherfuckers like these in a while, but what's his name? There's a dude who was like, I'm not even gonna play Horizon. I just want to buy it on PC just to piss off PlayStation dudes. I'm like, really, dog? Really? I forgot who that was. It's one of these weird ass PC dudes that said that shit. And Jemiah said weird ass PC dudes, not PC dudes. So relax. All right. There's caveats to it. Nah, Jemiah's just fucking around. I bet you Jemiah doesn't even know how to use the Xbox controller. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I I don't think that the PlayStation version of third-party games will look worse. Third-party games will look worse than the Xbox. If anything, I think it will look better. I don't know for sure, of course. I'm no tech expert at all, but I just feel like as the mind share is going, you know what I'm saying? The way I process all the information that is in front of me, it just feels like it's just a much more efficient system, and games will probably run either third party games will either run on par with Xbox Series X or better. I don't think it'll be worse. I mean, if you say so, my I mean, like, bruh, I buy a console to play video games. I rarely notice anything about the UI, bruh. You know what I mean? The only time I interact with the UI is when I have to go to like my, preferences and change some shit. You know what I'm saying? Go to my controls and change some shit. Make sure my internet's working and that type of shit. I don't really fuck with the UI too often. You know, it's just not something I think of when I think next generation games. What I want to see, what I want to see. Oh, the UI. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here with this shit. The UI. I'm not saying UI is not important at all because if your UI is atrocious and it's hard for you to figure out where to go to even play a fucking game, you know what I mean? It's a fucking problem. But as long as it functions well enough, I don't give a shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit, man. Like what? Why? Why do we give a fuck about whether or not the UI is like 4K? That doesn't really matter. But of course, in console war terms, it does matter. It matters to that extent that it's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? That it's fucking 4K UIs instead of fucking whatever UI that Xbox has. What else is there? There's gotta be more, dude. It must be slipping my mind. There must be a bunch of other shit that I missed that I didn't cover over the last 2 months that I was gone. What else is good? Oh, you know what? This is probably nonsensical, but let me talk about this, right? It's funny that now that a lot of people like YouTube fucking influencers, you know what I'm saying, content creators and all these motherfuckers are starting to get PlayStation 5s, right? And they're taking pictures of the boxes because there's an NDA out. They still can't fucking show all that shit yet, right? Motherfuckers are actually saying, for all we know, they're just empty boxes. I'm like, really? Like, how deep in the rabbit hole have you gotten? Like, you know what I'm saying? How deep in the rabbit hole have you already gone into if you think that Sony PlayStation send empty boxes to content creators? And there's only two versions of how that's gonna go, right? Is if the content creator is in on it and are getting paid to lie to you, saying that they did receive an Xbox, nah, a PlayStation 5, or Sony PlayStation lied to them too, and they don't know that there's no PlayStation 5 within the box. Are you out of your goddamn mind? I'm trying to do my best Trump impression, right? There's no way there are PlayStation 5s in those boxes. That's the best I got. You know what I'm saying? And it's huge, right? You know what I'm saying? Like what how deep into the rabbit hole have to go to be able to think like that? To think that a hardware company who've been selling software, like hardware and software for years, all of a sudden would pull something like that. Like PlayStation 5s don't exist. Right, Corey, on some Schrodinger cat shit. If we don't open the box, then as of right now, the PlayStation 5 both exist and don't exist. You know what I mean? The cat is both alive and dead. Holy shit, on some Schrodinger shit for real. Like PlayStation could be fucking around for the last 7 years of this generation not doing no R&D. Like that PlayStation 5 that we've been seeing is not even real. Like that shit is crazy. You don't know what Schrodinger cats is, man? It's a study into like reality, right? Um, Basically the premise of Schrodinger cat's this, right? He put a cat into a box, and there's a mechanic within that box to where if he clicked that button, there is a 50-50 chance that there's a mechanic within the box that will kill the cat. Now, after you click that button and I ask you, is the cat alive or dead? You would not be able to tell me. At that moment in time, the cat is both alive and dead. So Schrodinger fucking cat. Read up on it. It's you know you know it's way more intrinsic than what I can explain. But it's intrinsic isn't the right word to use for that. I don't know. It's getting late. I mean, I got shit to do in the morning, but my mind's like slowing down. That's why I can't think of all the other fucking shit that's been going on for fucking 2 months since I've been gone from podcasting. I will be doing more. I just won't be doing as much as I would want to do. I would want to do like once a week every week, but I don't think I'll be doing that. But you should see more, man. It won't be like a 2 months hiatus or nothing. That was a lot of fucking other shit that I just feel like doing and not talking to y'all. Like I just didn't feel like it. Ghost was out and all this other shit, and I just want to play games, man. You know. You didn't know about Schrodinger's cat, Jemiah? I figured you would know about Schrodinger's cat. I could have swore we discussed that, like with Tron and Thrash before, like that whole Schrodinger catch, whether the cat's dead or alive. You know what I mean? Like before you open that box, the cat is both dead and alive. What else we got, man? I know y'all remember. What other shit? What other shit is fucking out there that I don't remember from like a month or two ago? What else is like that's been out there that's been just stupid or just worth talking about? Because I'm out, but I mean I'm out of things to talk about because I can't think of nothing else. Oh, I guess it's also interesting that now both console doesn't really have great um, launch lineups. That's the narrative that we're pushing now is that both consoles should just be, you know, delayed, and because they both don't have great lineup. If you take away Miles Morales, Demon Souls, and Godfall, what is there in PlayStation catalog that's worth playing? Don't y'all love it? Don't y'all love when motherfuckers do that? When motherfuckers like take away shit and then ask you, well, what is left? I'm like, motherfucker, I could do that with anything in life. I could do that with anything in life. It would make sense. Man, PlayStation don't have no good launch lineup. Take away Miles Morales, take away Demon Souls, take away, you know what I'm saying, Godfall. Then what do it have? I'm like, yeah, you took away all the good shit, motherfucker. What are you know what I mean? Like it's insane. Like it's like, oh, she bad as fuck. Yeah, I mean she alright. If you take her like fine ass away, you take away her titties, you take away her beautiful eyes, and what she got? Nothing. Well, damn, motherfucker, you done took away all the sexy shit of this bitch, and you just go like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't understand that shit at all. Like, you take away this, you take away that, then what they got left? Nothing, motherfucker. You took all the good shit out of it. I mean, I didn't have to do that with Xbox at all. I'm like, what they got? Oh, nothing. Okay. Let me see. That's it. I didn't have to take nothing away. Yeah, Dreamcast had a solid lineup, bro. To this day, Nintendo probably have like the original Nintendo probably have the dopest fucking. It had Duck Hunt and Mario, cuz Duck Hunt and Mario. You feel me? I know it don't mean shit to y'all, but real shit, Fist of Sage. You know what I'm saying? The real shit. You take away the topping and the cheese, the sauce and the pizza. You ain't got nothing but bread. I don't get that shit either. Like, that shit makes no fucking sense. Box snacks. Hey, like, I mean, I'm not fucking with it, but you can't tell me. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Buck Snacks is like the new Among Us or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like Among Us or what's the other game that man that other one died out kind of quick though. What's that one that was kind of happening before Among Us? Is that rat race ass fucking game where like y'all like fucking what are y'all like jelly beans looking at shit that try to be the last one to some. I don't know. I don't play that shit. Yeah, yeah, if it kid, but still, you get Mario and Duck Hunt and the gun that comes along with Duck Hunt. Come on, bruh. Yeah, Fall Guy, Fist of Sage. Fall Guy. Fall Guy died out quick, right? I mean, Among Us must have fucked Fall Guy up because of like Fall Guys was doing solid numbers for a while, and then don't nobody say shit about Fall Guys no more. I didn't play that shit. I didn't really play Among Us either. But Among Us looked lit, man. I ain't gonna front. That seemed like a fun concept. No cap, Jemiah, no cap. Word, you doing that for real? You copping goodbye volcano? Alright, bro. Do you? No, I'm not even being condescending at all. Like I'm serious. Do you? I'm not. I'm not doing that. But you know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. If that's your shit, that's your shit. I'm cool with it. I am alright with that, bruh. Roll company? Eh. I I actually feel like there's a lot more to come on next gen. Of course there is. We're not even there yet. We're a few weeks away. Oh, and speaking of which, Amazon is telling me that they will not ship my PlayStation until November 16th. I know that's very first world problem-ish, but I usually don't pre-order shit, man. I usually don't. It's really rare that I pre-order some shit. And I pre-order the PS5. And it's gonna come to me late. Ain't that a bitch? You know what I'm saying? I might, Jemiah. I've been seeing motherfuckers been flashing that what's that shit? XC900 or XC90 or some shit like that. That shit look nice, man. Under a stack for 120 hertz. Might fucks with it. Might fucks with it. But you know me, man. I don't care much for crazy amount of like all that. You know what I mean? I don't need the best looking shit, but it's about that time to upgrade TVs. I had this motherfucker in here for about what is it 5 years now? I had this motherfucker for 5 years. Yeah, X900H or whatever. Yeah, that shit look nice, man. I saw Sick got one. I saw a bunch of motherfuckers got it. It must be a dope ass TV, man. I don't follow it enough, so I'ma cop it. Probably. I don't know if it's gonna be this season or not. Might wait until spring or some shit. Get one cheaper. You know what I mean? I could cop it now. It's just I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this fucking TV. I might have to sell it as a shit. I don't know. Give it to somebody, I guess. But I'm copping that, man. Price is about to go back up. What, during spring? I'm pretty sure it'll go down in spring, bro. I've never heard of technology prices going up instead of down. Bro, in about 3 months, I probably can get it for like $200-300 less than what y'all paying right now. By like spring. But yeah, I mean, I'll fuck around. I'll find one that's 120 hertz. I'm in no hurry though. But it's about that time. Like I don't upgrade TV that often. 5 6 years when I usually do it. At the beginning of this generation, I still had a 720. I went from a 720 TV to a 4K TV. It's a massive leap, because massive ass leap. It's not because I don't have the money for it. It's just I don't really need the best of the best to enjoy some shit. I still remember being wowed on a 720 TV, playing God of War. And then halfway through, I bought the fucking 4K TV and a Pro, and that shit was fucking insane. But the 4K TV I bought after the Pro because I got the Pro and I was like, why not? It's about that time to upgrade. It's been like a long ass time since I bought a TV. You know what I mean? For real, Jemiah? Yeah, I'll fuck with it. Hopefully, it'll still be in stock once I'm ready to upgrade, but I don't know. See, I live by myself. Sometimes I just look around my house. I'm like, why the fuck do I have like 3 4 TVs when I'm realistically only in about 4 rooms in my house? You know how long it's been since I've been in my own living room? It's probably been like a solid 6 months since I stepped in my own living room to do some shit. Besides from cleaning the crib, I have not stepped in my living room at all. Because all my friends, when they come through, they chill in the game room with me. I'm in my bedroom, my game room, you know what I'm saying, the kitchen, the restrooms, of course. There's just certain rooms I never even stepped in my own house. And I have a TV in it for no goddamn reason. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what to do with the TV that I had prior. It just sits there. And I have one in my bedroom. I have one in my game room. Usually that's all I would need. I don't have a TV in my living room though. So I mean, there's no one chill in my living room. Like, it's just not something we do. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll probably cop it here in a few months, but hopefully they'll still exist. Hopefully they're not gonna cut the really though 8K. I mean, whenever there's 8K, a lot of 8K content, I'll probably do that. That's probably, you know, 4 5 6 years from now. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll cop like a 120 hertz TV now, It'd be good for me for at least 4 more years before I even look into it. Like I'm not into technology where I have to upgrade like that, like y'all do. You know what I'm saying? I spend my money on other dumb shit. Y'all have the dumb shit y'all pay money like spend your money on. I have other dumb shit that I spend my money on, and I need to like spread that out accordingly. You feel me? It does, big kid. I feel like there is a smoother transition going from this gen to the next compared to other gens. That yeah, Jemiah, there's no reason for all that for me. I don't need all that shit. I I'm more excited for this generation just for the possibilities of what games is there out there that we haven't, caught wind of. I'm sure like everybody's working their ass off right now. Like every studio is like working on next gen shit. So it'll be interesting what comes down the pipeline, man. But I'm trying to figure out what else we could talk about. I just don't remember. It's been 2 months worth of shit. There's got to be all kinds of shit we can talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I think is that it? Like there's got to be more shit. I must have ran out of steam and not remember what else is there to talk about. I mean, I saw the teardown. I mean, of the PlayStation 5, and I guess that's cool. But I mean, I didn't need to watch it, and I don't know why I even watched it. Like there was just no reason. You know what I'm saying? There's just no reason to watch that motherfucker. Like realistically for me, on both teardowns, with the Xbox and the PlayStation. What am I, a fucking engineer? I mean, I guess it's nice to see what the inside of the console I'm buying, what it looks like, but you know what I mean? I'm no engineer. What the fuck is it even for? All I can hope for is like I really hope there's no more mid-gen refresh because that shit was stupid. It just wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? And plus, as capable as these new machines are, they should be good for a generation. If the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 can be good for itself for the whole generation, there was different versions, but they all run the same way. They just gotten smaller and better equipped and whatnot. I mean, the special edition could just come with the panels instead of the whole console. So, when you buy a special edition game, whatever, instead of coming with a console that's, decaled, made specifically for it, they'll have like just the panels. Or they could do it to where like they could do a custom console to where they can change like all kinds of shit with the console. You know what I mean? Even change the stands, like make the stands different colors to match the theme of the console. For instance, like if they make like a Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 or whatever, and they make a like a special edition console for Final Fantasy, they could make like the center of the console, that black bluish center where all the USB ports and whatever, you know, between the little two white panels, right? That actual part, if they could change the colors of that too and all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? There still could be special edition consoles that you cannot replicate by just moving putting in different panels. That might be possible, but it seems like it'll be a harder sell than someone going out and buying Spider-Man, panels and slapping onto that PlayStation. You feel me? Like I feel like there might be special edition consoles as well, but it'll be really limited numbers just for them motherfuckers that have to have the collection of all the PlayStation 5 versions. You know what I mean? But I don't think there'll be a lot of that. I think there'll be mainly just panels because buying, let's say, $40 panels. I don't know how much they cost. I'm just like putting out a number, right? Buying a pair of panels on both sides of your console that costs $40, It's a lot less than asking a motherfucker to buy a whole nother console for $500. You feel me? And you wouldn't buy it for everything. Like I probably won't even do none of that. Like I don't care for none of that. My console's to play video games. I don't, you know what I mean. I don't need to do all that. I'll probably just keep the white on black. A whole generation. Unless there might be one that's really dope, and I was like, fine, I'll just cop it, and it's like $40, is whatever. You know what I mean? I know like it seems hypocritical somewhat that I'm sitting here with a Spider-Man edition PS4, but the only reason why I have a Spider-Man PS4, what's up, Plus on Black? The only reason why I got a PS4 Pro, the Spider-Man edition, is because I needed to upgrade to a Pro because my original was fucking up, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna buy another PS4, why the fuck would I buy another vanilla PS4 and not buy a Pro? So I bought a Pro, right? And when I was about to buy the Pro, the Spider-Man edition one came out. It just made a lot of sense. Why not cop that, right? It's gonna be the same price as a regular Pro. You know what I'm saying? Why not just cop the Spider-Man edition with the game, right? So that's what I did. But I don't really care for special edition stuff like that. My console is to just to play a fucking game. As long as it works, it works. And I feel a lot better about the PlayStation now that I know that it does have a stance because it'll be harder for me to tip it over. I always feel like when I'm cleaning my game room high, I'm just gonna tip that motherfucker over, and you know what I'm saying? Sky blue panels. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, I'm not saying the possibilities ain't cool. Like the possibilities is cool. Like that shit's dope. You know what I'm saying? That you can customize your shit. I like that the options is there and it's available, but I mean, I'm whatever with it. My console's there to play video games. I don't buy special edition of shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy the special edition of Sekiro to get a Sekiro statue and shit because I don't want a Sekiro statue. I want to play Sekiro. And plenty of motherfuckers do it. Plenty of motherfuckers buy special editions of every goddamn thing and have fucking trinkets and knickknacks all over their house and shit. I'm just not one of those type of motherfuckers, man. I don't care for it. Oh, where's your mind? Well, I mean, it's third party though. You feel me? This stand for PS5 was built specifically to keep a PS5 up by Sony. I figured it'd probably work better. You still on your launch PS4? Facts. I mean, if like my launch PS4, man, been through all kinds of shit. My nephew put like spilled ketchup on that motherfucker. Like it's been dropped twice. It been through a lot of shit, man. So like right around the time when Spider-Man PS4 was coming out, it was seeing its final days, bro. I think I gave it to the kid, and I'm not even sure if it worked or not. So I had to make sure it does, and if it doesn't, I was gonna at least have him trade that in, and whatever amount it costs to get a PS4, I was gonna like take care of the rest of that because it's nothing worse than giving someone something that doesn't even work. What the fuck do you give it to them for? You know what I mean? So I had to make sure that was good. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do with this PS4. To be honest with you, I usually don't keep consoles. I usually get rid of them. I usually just give them away after I like bought the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Once once I bought a PS5, about a few months into it, like I'll probably just give it away. But at the same time, this motherfucker run like super smooth still, bro. Like, and it's a Spider-Man edition. It's probably gonna worth more than the regular one. And I gave my last PS4 away, so technically I could sell this one if I want to. But I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might just give this one away too. I might, trade it in and get a bunch of games with it. I see motherfuckers still selling this motherfucker for like $400 or $500 on eBay though. This motherfucking Spider-Man edition PS4. I wonder if the worth of it will drop once PS5 come out. Right? I mean, I had to take care of that because it's fucked up. Who gives someone like when I still had it where what I'm saying before I unplugged everything with the kid. I promise you that shit still worked. That's why I gave it to you. Otherwise, there's no reason to do it. It was just fucking running rough as fuck when I still had it, and I was like, this motherfucker probably had like a year left in it. But once it got to you, like I guess through the fucking delivery of it, it fucked it up even more. But and that's why I had to take care of the rest of that because I was like, man, who the fuck would give someone something that doesn't even work? What's the point of it? You know what I mean? I didn't waste money on shipping it for no goddamn reason. Yeah, I have games that I still want to play through. I don't really have a backlog. The reason why is because I you can only play a game at a time, so I don't buy a whole bunch of games and not playing like the rest of these motherfuckers. I buy a couple of games, play them, and then rinse and repeat. So by the time I got to the final, the end of the generation, I'm usually pretty caught up. I don't cap like that. I just can't, man. I don't buy games and not play them. That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I don't buy some shit just to have it so I can be a part of any conversations. It just doesn't make sense to me. Especially that whole you gotta own all consoles type shit. Like I don't get it. No, I don't. No, I don't have to own all consoles. No, I don't have to conform to what you say for me to be what you would call a real gamer or some shit. I don't have to conform to shit. I'll do what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'll do what I want. I'll buy what I want, how I want it. I don't have the energy to cap because I don't get anything for it. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. If I have like if I have a channel that's I don't know 2, 3, 400,000 subscribers, and any company really, any company that approach me and be like, look, we will pay you if you cap for us. It's going down. I will shake their hand and tell you all this good shit about it because I'm getting paid. I'm telling you this here because I just want y'all to understand how real it is out there in the game, right? Motherfuckers will cap for you as long as you pay them. It becomes like a job. You know what I'm saying? Because I cap all day for my day job. I can't even blame like some of these personalities, influencers for doing what they do because they're a motherfucking influencer. An influencer is a literal shield. Like you know how like you point fingers and call people shields all the time on the internet? Well, influencers are truly our shields. They get paid or or, right? They get paid and or free shit to cap for a fucking company. That is a shield. That is a full blown shield. There's nothing more needed to be said, right? You know this. What's the problem? Why do y'all not know what they are? Like influencers are shields. That's what they are. And the ones that say they not are so full of shit it's ridiculous. Sometimes it be like that plus black plus on black. Sometimes it be like that, man. Sometimes you wish there's just more hours in the day so you can enjoy some of the shit that you want to enjoy instead of having to deal with all this other shit. A portion of like one of the reasons why I haven't been doing podcasts, and it's not really the reason because it's not, but sometimes, man, certain weeks I'll be exhausted, man. I just want to chill. I mean, it doesn't take much effort to do one of these podcasts, but sometimes 2 hours of my life I'd rather do something else, so I do, man. And it's not that I hate talking to y'all. No, I love doing this shit. But, I'm only human. Sometimes there's just other shit I'd rather do. Well, I mean, the way I do it is I usually have like a solid game, like a narrative game that I'm playing throughout the days and weeks. Like whenever I'm done with it, it's whenever I'm done with it. And I'll have like another game on the side that I play that I enjoy, like a multiplayer game or something like that. So I have like a couple of things going at the same time, but not like a crazy amount. Like at any given time, I'm playing about two to about five games all at the same time, but they're not within the same type of games. You know what I mean? Like I'll play a multiplayer with shooting elements or some shit. A single player that has certain elements. Like they're all different types of games that I enjoy at the same time, and I can do that. Sometimes it get kind of like sometimes it can get kind of like a bit too much when you're playing like large, expansive ass game, like two, three of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? If you play like three open world games at the same time, it's like fucking insane, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking insane, fam. Like I can't do it. I usually play about two, three. Depends on the. In certain part of this generation, there was like 4, 5 games I was juggling at once because so many dope shit was coming out. But I, eventually finish all of them. Or there's certain games I can never finish, like multiplayer games, and you can never finish them. It's just some of them you get bored of, you know. I think we're good here, man. Like I don't think we have anything else. I mean, maybe we do, and if we do, I'll try to remember it for next week. Or there's probably a bunch of other bullshit that will come out this generation. I mean, in the next coming weeks. But yeah, man, like we here, fam. We are here. The end of PS4 is here. PS5 is about to be on upon us, and I can't wait. I mean, unfortunately, I have to because fucking Amazon won't deliver mine until this fucking 16th. But it is what it is. That's some first world problem shit. My entertainment system won't be here for 4 days after the release date, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Me too, Jemai. I mean, it's about good to wrap it up. I'm excited for next gen because of all the possibilities. I'm Phil Spencer, y'all ass. I'm excited for shit they haven't shown us. You feel me? But God of War is coming, and be honest with you, when they showed God of War, I was hoping they was gonna show something else. Reason why is because I knew God of War was a sure thing. You know what I'm saying? I know God of War was a sure thing. We know there's gonna be another one. I was hoping they were just gonna show us something else that we didn't know. You know? That's that's all the excitement I have right now. Just all the possibility of the next generation. I'm satisfied with what they've told me about the PS5. You know what I mean? As far as the tech behind it and what's capable of, I'm satisfied with it. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can go back to months and months ago when I did podcasts talking about what I hope and what I expect from PlayStation 5, or at least this next generation overall. Yeah, like new IPs or, just shit we didn't know about yet. Like we knew God of War like remasters, not remastered. God of War part is it what is it now 5 or is it part 2 of I don't know what they Ragnarok, right? We know Ragnarok was coming. Like which one of us was like, "Oh, they're not going to make another God of War game. What are you crazy?" It's probably like top I don't know if it's still top 3, but it's definitely top 5 of the best selling first party exclusive that PlayStation has. I know Spider-Man beat it. I think Ghost. I don't know if Ghost beat it. I think Ghost beat it, and I know The Last of Us 2 beat it. So it's no longer in the top 3. I think it's no longer the top 3 best-selling game of PlayStation first party. I think it's like top 5 now. But that's still no joke, bro. That motherfucker's moving units. It created a whole fucking fan base around it when motherfuckers didn't like the original Kratos. You know what I'm saying? So we knew it was coming. And then, you know what I mean, when they showed the little teaser trailer, I'm like, cool, cool. Y'all made it official. But let's keep it real. We all knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like I'm more into what's gonna happen next with all this other shit, right? I'm excited for what Sucker Punch next game, uh, Santa Monica. Besides from God of War, they must be working on something else. Hopefully, Naughty Dog, and you know what I'm saying. Oh, Sucker Punch is the like closing the generation out on Ghost is on point, bro. I love Ghost. Ghost is the shit. It's not because I'm an Asian dude. It's a game about samurai. Like, bruh, how many games do y'all know put out a fucking multiplayer that works day one? You can't even say that about a lot of games built around multiplayer. that only has multi. Like there's no fucking first party campaign. I mean, just single player campaign. It's just all multiplayer and it comes out in an atrocious state. And this motherfucking company somehow made a really good, solid fucking single player campaign. And then they added on the fucking multiplayer, no cost added. You know what I'm saying? And it works almost perfectly. There's still some issues, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't even charge you a thing. God of War 5 delayed to 2022. Um, I don't know, man. Like I gotta see it first. We don't even know what it looks like or anything yet. We just got a teaser. Uh, Bruh, Jemiah, that's all facts. We need that. We need that. The anticipation for this generation, I feel like, has been more than the generation prior. Like I don't know if anticipation from PS3 to PS4 was as much as this, or even uh, two to three or one to two. I don't know if like the anticipation for the next generation like has there been more hype than this one? Because I feel like this one has a lot of hype behind it. Because we've been talking about it for years, man. We was talking about next generation 2, 3 years ago. Midway through this generation, we was already talking about it. Yeah, we don't even know yet, Vic Kid. Hopefully not, man. I ain't gonna front. I feel you. I don't want that either. I don't want to fucking I don't want a fucking cross gen fucking God of War game, man. You know what I feel like Naughty Dog might do if they do another Uncharted? They might do it to where Drake will be like his daughter's version of Sully. You know what I mean? Where his daughter like grows a little bit older, start having her Avengers of her own, and and she be getting caught up in all kinds of shit, and you have to call your dad. You feel me? And he'll come through like Sully to like help you out and shit, and basically have the same dialogue in gameplay and shit. I think that's just what's gonna happen. They don't just introduce a little girl at the end of it and just expect you never to revisit the world of The Last of Us. I mean, not Last of Us, Uncharted again. You know what I mean? I'm thinking that's gonna happen. And then because of that, there's so much lore. There's so much lore and backstory behind Uncharted now. Now that there's fucking four of their games, like his daughter could still learn about him, you know what I mean, through other characters. Like when she meet Chloe and find out her dad used to smash, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. There's enough backstory and lore to Uncharted, the world of Uncharted, to where she can like, go on an adventure and find some crazy temple shit and still learn about where she came from and shit. You know what I mean? It'll be sick. Like, she'd be running around and then her mom and dad shows up and shit, right? And it'll be basically like young Drake with old Sully and some other partner. The same shit. I think that's the route they might be going with it. I wouldn't mind a Sam like a Sam fucking Sam Drake story. To be honest with you, I actually like Sam as a character more than I like Drake. Sam got more edge to him, man. I like him more than Drake. Drake realistically is a nice ass dude. Like, call him a thief, murderer and all that, but because he's such a nice dude, it's just whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Sam really fit into that type of world, you know what I mean? Yeah, big hit. I mean, and plus you might have gameplay difference because of it. Yeah, I like Sam better than Nate, man. But alright, bro. It's 11 o'clock where I'm at. It's Eastern Standard Times. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to do tomorrow, so I'm basically cut it off right here. Solid 2 hours, man. You know what I mean? At least 2 hours. I've been gone for like months. At least 2 hours. Y'all deserve at least that much. You know what I'm saying? But I'll do one next week. I'm pretty sure of it, unless some random shit happens to where I can't. Um, I just don't really know what I'm gonna talk about yet. I felt like I have way more to talk about this fucking podcast. Is just mind's drawing a blank after talking about 4 5 things. It's just it's starting to drag. You feel me? So I mean, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. It's crazy. When I came back, I was like 249 subs. Not that I care that much. If I did, I would have been doing way more to get more subs and shit. But I was like, how do I gain more subs being away for so long? You know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all fucking with me. You know what I mean? I'll see y'all in the next one. Royal Flush, Draco Rex, Asian Gambit. We'll see you on the next fucking winning hand. And y'all still see me on Roundtable whenever we do Roundtable. But I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Peace.